Hello and welcome to another Infinity Tactical Consideration video. Today I will be conducting an experiment involving the Infinity Dice Calculator. For those who are not aware, an Infinity Dice Calculator is used by some players to measure or calculate the outcomes of a face-to-face roll. It allows a player to decide mathematically if making a certain decision to engage an enemy trooper is going to succeed. Often, players use the dice calculator when theorizing or list building to decide what troopers may succeed against certain common enemy troopers. These could be common enemy troopers in a player's local gaming club or when preparing for a tournament, if they know what army factions or sectorial they may expect to play. There are two popular dice calculators. The one on the top left is created by a member with pseudonym Toadchild, who can be seen on his Corvus Belli community forum. This is the most used and referred to dice calculator for discussing which troopers are supposedly superior and difficult to win a face-to-face roll against. The dice calculator on the bottom right is made by Infinity Global League, which is a streamlined calculator relying on game information and not trooper stats. Both provide statistical outcomes showing the odds of winning the face-to-face roll and the percentage for causing a number of wounds for combat attacks. Before I continue, I want to say that this video is not to criticize or discount the dice calculator. Rather, to demonstrate using a real-world experiment the reliability and validity of the dice calculator. It is often used to support arguments online about which troopers are powerful. While mathematical calculations are valuable as evidence, I want to see how the dice calculator translates into real-world outcomes. The BS attack situation is shown. The active turn trooper is a Mobile Brigada hacker shooting a combi rifle, and the enemy reactive trooper is a Crozier shooting back with his combi rifle. The Mobile Brigada is in a 5-trooper mixed fire team, which provides a +1 burst and +1 ballistic skill bonus. The Crozier is a solo miniature. Both are in partial cover and within 8 inches. The Mobile Brigada moves to the corner of the building and then shoots the Crozier. The Crozier shoots back. Here the trooper profiles are entered into the Infinity N4 dice calculator. Next, the weapon profiles are entered in the Infinity N4 calculator. For the active trooper, I selected only the 3 trooper link option for the +1 burst. The 5 trooper link option is for a pure fire team providing the +3 to ballistic skill, and this is an old N3 fire team bonus. To create the mixed 5 trooper team option, I had to select the 3 trooper link and at the bottom select the +1 for other modifiers to represent the +1 ballistic skill bonus. Here are the calculated results. The total percentage equals approximately 126%, which is greater than 100%. I am unsure of the mathematical algorithm for the dice calculator to determine the percentage. Realistically, I expect the active trooper to succeed for 60% of the outcomes, neither trooper succeeding for 30%, and the reactive trooper succeeding less than 10% of the outcomes. However, let's see what the dice rolls display. The only way to know for sure if the dice calculator is accurate is to roll the dice. To record the experiment, I'll attempt to conduct the same ballistic skill attack face-to-face roll 100 times over 10 days. Each day I will roll the face-to-face situation 10 times. It will consist of the to-hit rolls and saving rolls. This will determine how many wounds are caused by which trooper. The number of wounds will be recorded. A tally of wounds caused by which trooper will be used to check if the probability provided by the dice calculator is accurate. Each situation will begin with a to-hit face-to-face rolls. The active trooper will have 4 dice with a success value of 14. The reactive trooper will have 1 dice with a success value of 12. Depending on that roll, the saving roll will be next. The active trooper has an armor value of 5, while the reactive trooper has an armor value of 1. The damage of the combi rifle is 13. Both troopers are in cover and gain +3 to the armor saving roll. The success value for the active trooper is 6, for the reactive trooper it is 10. Failing the saving roll results in receiving 1 wound. If the reactive trooper receives 1 wound, then the active trooper will be recorded as having caused 1 wound. If the trooper passes their saving roll and no wound is received, the outcome is neither succeeds. So, I will be rolling the dice for both the active tripper and the reactive tripper. The active tripper dice will be on the left side, the reactive tripper will be on the right side. I recorded the dice rolls so people can see that I performed them and not used some random number generator. You can skip to the recording of the dice rolls and go straight to the recorded outcomes, or go directly to the results. May the dice gods be kind and generous. Here is the recorded DICE outcomes over the 10 days. Feel free to pause and read or skip to the results. The scores with the asterisks were retroactive rolls. I realised I made a mistake and forgot the 14 was a critical. I rolled another 2 dice during transcribing for the video and recorded the results. Here are the results compared to the DICE calculator. The DICE calculator scores on the top, my scores are on the bottom. For the active trooper, the probability for causing a trooper to enter unconscious state was 52%, which is less than the calculator. The probability for causing a trooper to enter the dead state was 47%, which is higher than the calculator. 32% resulted in neither trooper causing wounds. For the reactive trooper, the probability for causing a trooper to enter the unconscious state was 1%. No rolls caused 2 or more wounds. Here is a summary of the face-to-face rolls that succeeded in causing wounds. The total number of successes that resulted in causing wounds for the entire experiment was 68 out of 100 rolls. 32 of those consisted of either a trooper winning the face-to-face but not causing a wound, neither trooper succeeding in the face-to-face roll, or cancelling each other out. The active trooper had a significant advantage compared to the reactive trooper, and even achieved causing 4 wounds in a roll. The percentages for the active trooper is the number of successes out of the 67 engagements that caused wounds. Apologies. For example, 35 out of 67 is 52%. Meaning 52% of the successful engagements resulted in causing 1 wound. Some other statistics derived from the results. The active trooper won 91 face-to-face rolls, with the reactive trooper winning 4 face-to-face rolls. The remaining 5 face-to-face rolls consisted of 4 cancel situations where both players succeeded in passing their success value to hit, yet the dice numbers were the same. Strangely, that number was 11 for every cancel. Only 1 face-to-face roll resulted in neither player passing their success values. The reactive trooper only scored 1 critical dice roll in 100. The active trooper achieved 17 criticals out of 400 dice rolled in total. So, what does this mean for us in Games of Infinity? There are many other factors involved with rolling dice. While the dice calculator is a good tool for analysing the trooper's stats for game situations, it does not include other factors that influence the dice roll, such as the size and weight of the dice, the surface they are being rolled on, the hand shaking we all do and the silent please 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 we think about before we release the dice, and various other but not insignificant factors. There are too many to include in the DICE calculator's algorithm that needs computation. The DICE calculator is a useful tool. It can be used to quickly analyse the outcomes and allows a player to make a more informed decision for face-to-face rolls. It is a useful tool for new players. Experienced players will have enough knowledge acquired from games to have a mental memory knowing the effects of negative weapon ranges, mimetism, burst, and opposing players' trooper BS stat to make a more natural and intuitive calculation. The DICE calculator is just another tool for players to access. It is not a reliable or solid means of determining whether certain trooper profiles are overpowered or certain game situations will always be unchallenged. Given the nature of this little experiment, the calculator is good for wanting to know one's possible outcomes, but it is not a reliable tool for determining one's outcomes. There are still too many factors involved in dice rolls. Chance does have a large influence. To be a deterministic tool, the calculator needs to be built around chaos theory calculations. Chaos theory posits that if one could know all the possible outcomes of every single factor that influences a single event, then one can make a determination and be correct in the outcome. It is good for theorizing situations and allowing a player to make trooper selections for the local gaming club and tournament preparation, but should not be used as evidence in arguments. And finally, extra dice allow a player to achieve success in any game situation. The active player for this experiment had 4 dice to the reactive player's 1. This gave the active player an extra 3 dice to succeed in passing the success value of the ballistic skill attack, increasing the possibility of success. Perhaps the number of dice being rolled is a better determinant of success than trooper stats. In a 1 versus 1 situation, then yes, stats are useful, but as soon as more dice are introduced, then the odds of winning are multiplied for the active trooper. The main application is, if you are to do anything with a greater chance of success, do it in your active turn. This is the end of the video. I hope you found something useful or interesting from this little experiment. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Perhaps there is a game situation you would like me to replicate and try 100 times to observe the possible outcomes. Maybe to settle an argument amongst other players about a trooper being overpowered in a certain domain of the game, such as Jazz against another hacker maybe. The choice is yours. Thank you for watching, and may you have a good day.